had a crush on for so long, who I'm friends with now, the more shallow of my friends, they could not understand at all.
You never showed me a picture.
I can show you one today. I think he's a very good-looking man. Women who are closer to my age actually think he's a very good-looking man, but they always they qualify it with for his age. I think he's an attractive man, but I think he's an attractive man because he's good, he's kind, he's compassionate, he's brilliant. I just don't have a crush on him anymore because we became friends and I realized it doesn't fit.
Friend zone.
Yeah. But I have noticed that people have so many of those shallow attributes. Now, here's an interesting thing that I was thinking about as I was reading these notes is, people move so fast into relationships now. I mean, sometimes, seriously, like you can look on Facebook and 1 week some woman she's so depressed and she's so lonely and why can't she meet anybody? And 2 weeks later, she's moving in with somebody.
Right.
It's like, what the what? What?
Steve and I have been together for 5.5 years, and I lost count of how many couples met, dated, moved in together, got married in the 5.5 years that Steve and I have been dating.
Yeah.
And as a female, every once in a while, it like tugs on me, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? But it's you should slow your roll.
Well, and I think when people are looking at shallow things,
yes, they move much faster.
I think, oh, she's attractive. I'm just going to try and fit her into what I want in somebody, and I think sometimes you can imagine that person. So you start giving them attributes that they don't actually possess. Like you do want somebody who's nice and funny and kind, but you just start throwing those attributes at that person because that person's so good looking. So of course they have to be all those things.
Right.
And then they're pissed that they're not and that you can't change them. And so it's like, why not step back? Because to me, all the people I love in my life are extremely attractive to me because I got to know them. Mm-hmm. I took the time to get to know them. And in all honesty, I don't like extremely good looking men. I really don't. They don't try as hard.
And they're not, there's not a lot of depth to them, typically. No. I don't want to,
and that's not always, stereotype. Yeah, and that's not always the case.
I want to say 75% of the time, they don't have to be deep.
Yeah.
They just have to smile.
Yeah, and and of course it's not always the case. I was involved, shortly after, very short, brief affair, and I'm still friends with this man, but he was a fighter. Like a pro
MMA?
fighter. Yeah, like MMA fighter. Extremely good looking man. My gay friends were like, that boy is hot. Very good looking man, but also incredibly brilliant. He was going to the School of Mines, incredibly brilliant. Has a lot of depth, thinks about the world, we had some different politics, but the fact that he thinks outside of himself, but truthfully, my issue, I mean, I've met very intelligent, very attractive. It's not like you're one or the other. You're attractive or you're intelligent.
You can be both.
Yeah, you can absolutely be both. The thing with some really extremely good-looking men is they don't try as hard because they haven't been conditioned to try as hard.
Right.
Because they have so many, like you can look on Facebook and the ones that are extremely good-looking, they have all these women. Oh, you're so yummy. You're so hot. I wish you were my boyfriend. I wish I could run my fingers through your hair. I'm like, seriously? Seriously.
Who says that?
All these crazy, desperate women who care about that shallow stuff.
Never have been in those shoes.
Yeah, and I'm ashamed to say it, but I know so many women who, like, if they're good looking, if they have long hair, if they play guitar, it's like, really, because I like somebody who's kind. Mm-hmm. I definitely like those alpha males who do pursue you. They're not afraid to pursue you, even though they're nervous. I like more average looking men. Mm-hmm. I really do. But yeah, this is disturbing to me.
Well, let's go on to the next thing about caffeine.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Are you a coffeeer?
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I knew when I chose these articles to discuss that Carrie would have an opinion. And you know what? That's what I love about you. Because I'm not going to be like, okay, let's read through these, blah, blah, blah. Next. All right, this next one, yeah.
Carrie's got an opinion about everything.
Are you a caffeine person?
Yes. If you want me to like people, yes, I am. Yes.
That's what I thought. I thought this article would be good for you. 4 amazing effects of caffeine. Some of these I didn't know. Did you know it enhances your memory?
I drink a lot of coffee. I would probably be Alzheimer's because I don't have the greatest memory.
Do you add a lot of sugar? Because sugar isn't that like linked to Alzheimer's?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I'm wondering.
I don't know. I do feel sharper. I do feel more focused
with your
with
coffee. So if you don't do coffee, you're just like bleh.
I'm not very nice.
So according to researchers at Johns Hopkins University, caffeine might help boost your memory for at least up to 24 hours. Participants in a double-blind... What is a double-blind study? I like saying it because I feel like I know what I'm talking about.
A double-blind study is that they don't know. They don't know what they got. They don't know if they got the placebo or if they got the real deal.
But double-blind study sounds very cool.
Yeah, it's a better methodology than people knowing because then you're influenced by whether you know.
So these people in this double-blind study took either a 200 milligram tablet. I know, right? 200 milligram tablet of caffeine or a placebo just 5 minutes after studying a compilation of photos. And they seem to perform better. Yeah.
Interesting.
You want to talk about naps?
Caffeine may boost your naps? No, I wanted to talk about the workout one, so you can talk about the naps.
Okay. I love how you steer this car.
I know.
I love it. Okay, so caffeine may boost your naps, which I have always been like, Steve, you drink so much caffeine. How are you wanting to take a nap at 2 p.m.? While this might sound weird, interestingly, in 2014, research shows that caffeine can turn your power naps into super power naps. How? It's all about the interplay between the caffeine and see, you should have taken this one.
I don't know how to say that any more than you.
Adenosine, a chemical compound that causes you to feel sleepy as the day wears on. So I'm telling you, Steve is the king of naps. He wakes up and he can't do anything without caffeine. And then he'll have another cup of coffee. And another cup of coffee. But then like 2 hours later, he's like, I'm ready for a nap. And I'm like, how is that possible? I weaned myself off of caffeine a couple years ago. Hallelujah. That was a hard feat. But
I'm never going to do that.
I know. There's lots of people out there like that. So I go for the decaf tea in the morning while everyone's going for the coffee. But
how do you like people?
I like life. I'm weird. I like that I wake up and I have something to do every day.
I don't want people to talk to me. Do not talk to me until I drink coffee.
I'm sorry. I feel bad. I feel like I should apologize. It took a lot. Like it was never coffee. It was Diet Coke. I'd wake up and start chugging Diet Coke. And that, is super bad for you.
Yeah, that's Courtney.
I only add it to my Malibu now. And that's not something I'm addicted to. So, yeah. So I'm
not addicted to my vodka and my Jamba Juice.
I wasn't going to bring it up. So you walk in tonight and you're like, I got my Jamba Juice, which is typical. That's her dinner. And she's like, I have vodka. I have potato juice, and I'm just so confused.
I think it just made it more healthy. I put potato juice in. Russians believe that vodka can cure anything, so there you go.
What's the lifespan of a typical Russian? Not that you would know that off the top of your head. You're looking at me like, what the fuck are you asking me?
Thinking in terms of Zach's grandma, I mean, she's old.
How
she's
old?
Still fiery, and I think she runs the Russian mafia or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can see why it's been hard for you to get away from that one.
Yeah, I love her. She's insane, and I love her.
All right, so caffeine and workouts. Go, Carrie, go.
Caffeine can charge up your workouts. I could tell you this, so it's a good idea to stop by Starbucks or, I do the little caffeine things.
What do you mean?
Like the little caffeine power drinks before I go work out.
Okay. What brands?
Me. Just like some of the 24-hour energy, but those things, but the ones with caffeine. Yeah, so I'll do those, or sometimes I'll get coffee in the afternoon. The whole thing about the naps, though, no, if I drink coffee after say noon or 1 o'clock, I mean I power up on coffee in the morning. Like I've gotten quad shots from Starbucks, then drank more coffee. And the quad shot is after drinking a pot at home. I know. People ask, well, how many cups do you drink? Do you mean pots?
Like,
cups?
what size of cup are you talking
Cups?
about?
What are you talking about? Cups?
Like 120 ounce? Like,
but if I have to cut myself off about noon or I'm not going to be able to sleep. Period.
so it still affects you. Some people, it doesn't. Like,
but I do.
I was to the point where I could drink a Diet Coke right before I went to sleep, and it didn't affect me. But if I woke up and didn't drink a Diet Coke, I'd get a headache.
But if I continue drinking caffeine, that's how I make myself go work out. Because if I don't work out and sweat my butt off, then I'm not going to be able to sleep. But if I work it out, then... But yeah, I definitely feel a big difference between caffeine. Actually, no, I can't say I feel a difference because I don't think I've ever worked out without caffeine. Like, ever.
Tomorrow?
In my life. No, I'm not going to try it.
I'm not going to... No.
Somebody else can do that experiment. I'm not doing it. Let's see. Let's ask Amber if she's willing to do the no caffeine workout challenge.
Do you want to talk about the next one? Because I feel like this is so funny for you.
Why is it so funny for me?
I feel like you could do it in such a better way than I could. I'd be all...
Caffeine may reduce erectile dysfunctioning. So, gentlemen, if you can't get it up, if you're floppy, drink some coffee. It might help.
If you're floppy, drink some coffee. Oh my god. You did it so much better than I anticipated.
Oh my god. That should be a motto. It should be a slogan for one of the...
Come on, Folgers. You got it.
Starbucks, we got a great slogan for you.
Oh, goodness.
Gentlemen, if you're floppy,
drink some coffee.
Have you ever been with a guy who has that problem?
Why should I ever answer that question? We do not talk about that, Carrie.
You put it in your notes.
But it didn't have to be personal. Have you?
No.
Liar.
No, really, I haven't.
Never ever?
No.
What do? You gotta teach me your ways. Maybe it's me. Damn it.
I was going to say something, but it's really dirty. And it sounds very Samantha Jones, so I'm going to not go there.
You'd rather be Carrie Bradshaw.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in long-term relationships, I feel like it happens. Like, no, I'm not talking about Steve. Like, before Steve... Like, whoa.
I know. Steve... Great. I have to wait for Steve to get back. Steve, you need to drink more coffee.
No, he drinks a lot of coffee. But,
I mean,
yeah.
I suppose, like, guys when they've been really, really drunk.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way when I'm drunk.
And I think it's all... Sometimes it can be mental for a guy.
When I'm really drunk, I want to get it on. But once I lay down, it's like, okay, just don't jostle me. Go ahead.
Come on, go faster.
Do whatever. Just don't jostle me too much.
Okay.
I know.
All right, so tell us the details about this next one.
Okay. We're still talking about erectile dysfunction?
I think you like that.
No, I don't like that.
Okay, we can talk about fat people.
That's where I'm at in Sex and the City, where Charlotte is married to Trey.
Oh.
And he never gets it up.
Yeah.
3 months where he can't get it up. And
Whoa.
Yeah, I've been gone.
So, we are foodies. And so I thought that's why this article would be perfect for us. People...
Of course I read this. I'm like, Janet thinks I'm fat.
Oh, don't. No.
I always do that. I always do that with the foodie stuff. I'm like, Janet thinks I'm fat.
No, because you like food like I do.
I know I do. I love food. And so people confess to the fattest thing they've ever done. I love that.
Yeah. And this article has like 20, but I only pulled a few of them.
But... I'm a recovered bulimic. I can top all of these.
I figured.
Yeah.
I didn't. Is that bad? Should I not have included this article?
No.
Okay.
No, because I don't do the things that I did when food was my drug, of course. Right. But I still do some fat things.
We all do. We all do.
Yeah.
I'm horrible. When Steve's gone, like, nobody sees me. Mm-hmm. I'm a closet eater. Mm-hmm. Hello. So, this person claims that they ate half a cake once when I should have only had one piece. I was horrified and didn't want anyone to know, so I finished the cake, baked a whole new one, forced myself to eat the one allowed piece. Yeah.
That's funny. Or you know how you keep just going back to the kitchen and doing the slivering off?
Sliver.
The slivering off. Sliver.
Or you like take your finger around the whole bottom, like just to get the extra frosting.
And then you